ready. And you'll just kind of be doing them completely unsteady. A metronome won't let you do that. It kind of forces you to be in tempo. And when it's time to speed up, I raise it up a little bit. Let's raise it up to, let's say, 92. Now I'm going to do the same thing. C chord, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Half notes, quarter notes. I can switch between chords. I can do single notes. Working with a metronome, probably one of the best things you can do. Next thing I want to talk about in our guitar tips is holding your notes out. If you have a really, really long note, let's say a G here on the first string, and I need to hold that out. If I've got a tie and I'm holding into the next measure, I've got the guitar naturally decays. It's one of the instruments that doesn't really hold. You keep having to refresh the note. So, being that it has a very quick decay time, when you play that G, you really got to keep that finger on to get the most that you can out of that note while it's playing. You don't want to just play it. If it's a whole note, just play it and then go on to the next note. You got to hold these notes out. Keep the pressure on through those low notes. Also, now that we've introduced some new notes, you'll notice that we've got two of different kinds of notes. Now we've got two Ds. We've got a low and a high. We've got two E's, a low and a high. We've got two F's. And the last one we have two of is G's. G, G. Now, if you're writing in notes, and I would encourage you to write in notes if you need to, sometimes we get into the habit of just looking at the tops of the lines and looking at the notes that we've written in, and we'll miss whether it's a low G or a high G. How am I supposed to keep that straight? You got to look at the music. If that note is in the staff, second line, that's the lower G. If it's up on top of the staff, on that top space, then that's the upper G. So you got to make sure I always be looking at the music. Now we're getting into these doubles of notes. By the end, you'll have 2 and 3 of all these notes. They're called octaves. So you'll have many different octaves by the time we're done. Okay? Now, here's your assignment for this for this session, the things that you need to cover. I want you to do all of the first through the fourth string exercises in your book. Play through our songs that I have listed out there. Yankee Doodle, When the Saints Go Marching In, and Love Me Tender. Now, we'll work on those in the workshop time, so I'll see you there. Okay, welcome to the workshop time. This is where I think the work gets done. A lot of guys dream about being a guitar player, but here, when you're actually doing the practicing, is what separates dreamers from guys that actually become guitar players. So let's start going through these exercises. Remember what we talked about last time. We have ties, we have dots. Ties tie over the bar line, and you add those two notes together. Dots, what do dots do? Dots add half of whatever they're attached to. Mainly you're going to see them attached to half notes, so it would be a dot attached to a half note would actually get 3 beats. Okay, let's start going through some of these exercises. I'm going to work with a metronome like we talked about in our guitar tips section, just so you can see how working with a metronome really pays off. My metronome is set to about 66 beats per minute right now. And let's go through third string exercises. We're going to go through the first one. Remember our notes on the third string? G and A. Let's play it together. Number 1, third string exercises. Ready? Go. There you go. Let's do number 2. Ready? Play. Very good. Okay, now let's do number 3. Ready? Play. Rest. Rest. Number 4, this one's in 3/4 time. I've switched time.